Hello, this is Princess Somnia, and welcome to the open ocean of Let's Play Dragon Quest XI's. Last time, we made it out here by way of Puerto Valor and got waylaid a little bit by a mysterious phenomenon that caused us to meet a mermaid to guide us on our way to Lonalulu for our next objective. But who cares about objectives? We're not going to objectives, we're going for, items and treasures and things like that, which means we're going to be doing some exploring here. There are various islands across the open ocean that we can now visit, and we're just going to take a little while to visit each and every single one of them and collect what we can collect there as needed. Now along the way we are doubtless going to run into some new enemies, so I'll be going over them as we find them, but I won't be going out of my way to talk about them, so to speak. There's just a lot of enemies that we're going to be finding along the way, and I don't want things to drag. Anyway, Mermaniacs, they can cast Fizzle or Crackle. See ya! We could put them to sleep just as easily. The other enemy, Miasma, these guys aren't in my notes for this area. Interesting. I'm not sure why, but my notes both don't have any information about them and say that they only appear at night, so they're wrong on both counts. Hooray! Well, they died immediately, so maybe they're not that important. Ooh, another level. And we got Kaba from that. Kabuff's really useful because it boosts the defense of multiple targets. It doesn't boost it by 2 levels like Buff does, it only boosts it by 1 level, but it's still pretty useful. Anyway, like I said before, we're going to be exploring a lot of islands, so whether or not this is all going to be recorded, or commentated live or in post, I'll kind of determine later, but there will either be a lot of fast forwarding or just a lot of jump cuts for this episode, and for that I apologize, but there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Now the south, westernmost island, Insula Incognita, has a couple of nice things for us to grab here, so let me just scroll down here. Now there's a lot of crafting mats we can grab on this island in glowy spots that respawn every now and again, like wave weeds over there. So if you want to farm for these, you can. There's also a couple of new enemies here. These guys are Hammerhoods, we've seen them before. They're literally the same enemy from like the beginning of the game. There's also Brownies from the Galapagos region that we've also seen before, and Trolls from the last dungeon we did, you can also see here. In this spot, you can find a glowing spot with a Drassel leaf. Now these are, since it's a glowing spot, this actually will respawn when you come back here over and over again after a certain period of time. So you can actually come back to farm Yggdrasil seeds or leaves from here anytime you want. This is why it's not a great idea to try and farm them off of casino tokens. It's just not worth it. The only thing other than this crafting, comforting clothing recipe book for Robes of Serenity that we can find here are more crafting mats and the Yggdrasil leaves. So that's pretty much all we really care about on this island, and we can go ahead and leave now. There is one new enemy around here. I probably won't get a chance to show them off, but that would be Cyclopses. They have a lot of HP, and they do a lot of damage, upwards of 75 per hit if they get a really good one in. So I don't see any reason to fight them right now because we didn't run into one, but if you run into one, just be careful, keep your guard up, and try and hit them and burst them down from 500 as much as possible using standard boss strats. This is Insula Occidentalis. Let's see. Now, this island here doesn't have much for us, but it does have a couple new enemies that we can fight here, like this guy who's probably not going to get out of our way otherwise. This guy's a Jowler. They can call for help, but other than that, they just have strong attacks. Let's just take care of it. When they call for help, by the way, they summon a Meta Slime, which can cast mid-heal, which is not good for us. But other than that, they're not too much to worry about. 63, that's nothing. It actually was a lot. Or we could just crit on a spell and do like 100 damage. I wonder if Zam just has a really good chance of doing a lot of damage. Oh yeah, we have Cattle Prod, which does extra damage to beasts, and Jowlers are actually beasts. Should have been using that the whole time.
Who else wants?
Anyway, here's my other shameless plug for Handy Heal All. Very useful, and when Serena's in the background, it prioritizes her. Let's see. I don't... oh yeah, every enemy here, except for the Meta Slime, is actually a beast. So, keep that in mind. Let's see. Aside from a few crafting mats, what we really came here for was over this way. For a mini medal! Nice. There's a couple of other locked doors that we could grab, but they're not important. The building over here, this one specifically, speaking of Handy Heal All, we can actually use this as a free healing point if we want. So that's nice. Oh, I guess it's time for us to leave. And so it is. But yeah, let's just head on out of here and move on to the next island. This island was just north of the Strand. You really can't miss it. Uh-oh. More new enemies, and they suddenly attacked us. These are War Griffons. War Griffons... They've got Magic Barrier to increase spell resistance, and they can exhale Fierce Fire as a fire breath. Which is nasty, but it's not quite as nasty as it used to be, since it doesn't do as much damage relative. These guys are bird enemies, so if you've got Harvest Moon, that'll do a lot of damage to them. Very nice. I said if, I'm not even sure if you have a chance to not have it. Those are abilities. Yeah, let's just zam them. A little bit further north and a lot further east of Insular Occidentalis is Insula Algarum. Let's see. I'm starting to realize the flaw in the way I wrote my notes for this. And by notes, I mean screenshots. Couple of mats, but what we really care about is over this way. We might get dive bombed, but that's okay. There's a treasure chest over this way, which contains a Lucid Shard. Awesome. I don't know what that does. I think it might be a consumable, but it might not be. I'd have to recheck the bag. Nothing we can do about anything across this bridge, like that treasure over there. We just simply can't get across it, which is a travesty. Now this next area... Ooh! More new enemies! Awesome. These guys might be a little tough, but we can handle them. Let's see. We've got a Chelanodon. These guys... They've got Cool Breath for a stronger Ice Elemental Breath weapon. They are also bird enemies, so we can take advantage of that. We also got Dithons. They can damage all party members with their tail attack, and they can also exhale venomous vapor. Let's see, the Dithons are dragons, even though they're snakes, so we'll just take advantage of that. Just as much as we'll take advantage of Harvest Moon. Ow. Everything hits so hard. Probably because Rab's equipment's garbage, but, you know, whatever. I wonder if we can get Thunder Thrust to work. Ah, it's not worth it. The Thunder Thrust, since I don't think I explained this, it has a 50-50 chance of missing or dealing a critical hit. So, crit or miss. I guess they never crit, huh? This next destination isn't an island or an insula or even much of a... Well, actually, it is a bit of a treasure place, but basically we're coming here early, even though we have no business at doing so, because it offers us some very valuable items and things like that. This is called Sniffelheim region, but it's actually the Viking hideout. There's nothing for us to really do here until much later in the game. But there's nothing hostile for us, and this statue will actually completely restore your HP and MP every time you visit it. Since you can zoom to the Viking hideout, I believe. Yes, we can zoom to the Viking hideout anytime we want. So this is basically a place of free healing that we could visit anytime we want. And it's not super great because, you know, campsites exist, but it's really great for visiting areas up north because it's so easily accessible. And your ship's like right there, so you could just sail out of the bay and all that stuff. So that's pretty useful. Aside from that, we could chat with the Vikings if we really wanted to, but I don't want to. I want this mini medal. And that's all I really care about in here. You know, the Viking we just talked to had mentioned something about sailing around the cliff to get to a place called Sniffelheim. Let's take a quick visit. Sounds like a fun town. Well, actually, it sounds like a cold town, but whatever. Yeah, I ignored this a little early, but this is Sniffelheim. What's this mysterious music? Ah, the rainbow is glowing, so there's an orb nearby. Wasted? What do you mean wasted? The door's right... Uh-oh.
Here we are, the Crystal Kingdom of Sniffelheim, home to the famous Blue Orb. It's a fair wee while since I've visited, but it warms my heart to be back.
That must be about the only thing that is warm around here. Let's hurry up and get inside before we all freeze to death. Huh? What's this? What the? The gates are covered in ice. Look, they're frozen shut. How strange. Still, I suppose it's only natural they'd ice up in a climate as cold as this. Natural, my foot. What about all the people inside? How are they supposed to live if they can't get in or out of the city?
You've a point there, lassie. They've always made sure to keep the main gate free of frost, even in the dead of winter.
So, what are we supposed to do? There's an orb in there we need to get to.
Well, if we can't go in through the front door, we'll just have to head round the back.
Well, about that. So, again, this is an area in which we could do something here later. Well, we can do something here later in the game, but there's nothing we can actually do about this problem right now. Again, we're not supposed to visit this place until much later in the game, but there is a zoom point here, and that's entirely the reason why I did this. I imagine there were hints about the blue orb and stuff like that that would have taken place if we had done things in the proper order of the plot, but nah, we didn't, and so there isn't. But yeah, another zoom point up here in the north. Oh, these are actually new enemies. What are these guys? Oh, I think I know what they are. These are Otter Shambles. Yeah. They can eat shellfish, which, if they like the taste, will heal them and increase their attack, and if they don't, they'll throw it at you for decent damage. And they can also harm the entire party with a special ability. Ooh. That might just be enough to get us Metal Slash. Awesome. Which means, with another 16, we can get Miracle Slash. Alright, to the far north of the world is Insula Borealis, localized entirely within this region. Let's see. There's one new enemy here. We could have fought this in Coast of Allure if we could have found it, but we didn't. But let's see. These guys. This guy is a Kriller Killer. Kind of looks a lot like the Slayer of the Sands. He can do a lot of damage to multiple party members all at once, and that's something you just kind of want to watch out for. But we should be able to take him out pretty easily. See? He's already dead. The other enemies here, Manowars and Coralossi, we've already fought before, so nothing new here. That is actually all that's here. Everything else on this island is just crafting mats. Celestial Skein, Silk Blossoms, Blue Eyes, and Silver Ore, and Glass Frit, if you want to grab them. I think the Handsome Crabs are new too. Handsome Crabs are just like their cousins. They can defend themselves with their claws. That's it. Alright, one last island to visit, and we'll be done. Probably one of the more important islands, actually. But this is Insula Occidentalis, and the gimmick here is that every enemy is some variation of a slime enemy. Like these guys. Bite bulbs. Let's see. I don't think there's much special about them, because there's not much special about them in my notes. So let's just take them out the normal way. They're really not special. Yeah, all the enemies here, they're all slime-type enemies. Oh, they could put you to sleep. I really wish my notes told me that. We might have been able to fight these before, and that's why. But I don't remember. If you do run into regular slime enemies here, they might, or they probably will actually not be regular slimes at all, but amalgamated slimes. Called that because they do something a little special. They can call for help over and over and over again. They have more health. And when they call for enough of them, they fuse together into a king slime, which is another new enemy for this area. The king slimes, they can sometimes attack twice per turn, they can hit the entire party with an ability, and they can mid-heal on themselves. They can also cast Snub to protect themselves from magic. They're pretty big boys, and they do pretty big boy damage too, so watch out for that. But they're nothing too much to handle, especially for crit spell for 205 damage. I'm starting to wonder if Zam just has a really good crit spell chance. But there's the snub to stop himself from getting crit again. It's a garbage can. Oh my lord.
Are you ready for this?
Oh shit. Oh shit. That was kind of terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this island being an island of slimes, of course you can also find accompanying metal slimes, but even more important than that, you can very rarely run into liquid metal slimes in accompaniment. Liquid metal slimes are just like metal slimes, but they're stronger, they're faster, and they're harder to kill, but in exchange, as well as his slime crown. Killing one will get you 10,000 experience points, which I think is actually enough to guarantee a level up for everyone. Yeah, it is. And will be for a while, I think. You could spend a lot of time farming for slimes and liquid metal slimes if you really want to, or get this mini metal over here. If you really wanted to grind off of this area, it'd be a pretty good way to do so, even though this island is really hard to get to. Pretty much no matter how you go about it, you have to sail around a lot just to get here, but it's up to you. You do you. But those two treasures are what we really came here for, and I don't particularly care for grinding off the slime enemies around here in the hopes of finding a metal or liquid metal slime, because I think we're pretty good on levels right now. So that concludes our little island hopping tour. Let's wrap it all up by making our way to Lonalulu. I hope I didn't just rhyme on accident, because I think my life would be over if I did. Anyway, Lonalulu, as marked on our map, is to the south of Hado. It's just over there. I don't think we can actually teleport to Hado and sail there. I think we just have to find our way over there legit. And while we could probably get there a little faster by warping to the strand, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to sail outright. Or we could run into one last new enemy. These guys are Spinchillas, I believe. Yep. Spinchillas. I think they can cast Maelstrom to hit all the party members, which is nasty, but nothing we can't handle.
Ho-ho! I'm fitter than ever!
Ooh, more heal. It's stronger than mid-heal. Next strongest spell we have available. But anyway, Lonalulu is just over this way. We can dock right over here. Ah, such a peaceful sound. But alright, let's take a quick look around. This episode might run a little long. I don't know how much I've cut it up in post, but I want to explore a bit.
Here we are in beautiful Lonalulu, a seaside paradise that Shell tells me is home to the prettiest pals in all the world.
Ooh, pearls!
Bright blue waves, pure white sands, and fabulous jewels just lying on the beach. Truly, darlings, this is the promised land. Although it does seem a little less promising than I expected, where is everybody?
Something's not right here. Still, it's not our problem. Let's just find this Kai guy and get out of here.
What the hell kind of attitude was that, Eric? Well, whatever. We could go treasure hunting now, if we really wanted to. Oh, Herman's up at the church. But only during the day. Interesting. Let's see. Let's grab ourselves some stuff. We head on over right here. Aha! Stair money. Gotta love it. 3,000 gold for our troubles. Don't think I won't take it. Also got equipment shops over here, but we could probably make stuff better than this. If I walk around here and rob the place, we can get building a blade of blistering brutality, which lets us make cautery swords. You can use those as a item during battle, and it'll cast Sizz for free. Ah, there you go. Like I said, slight upgrade for the hero, so I could probably forge one and improve it, and it'll be a decent upgrade. Eagle daggers. Interesting. I don't think I can make a lot of knives, so that might not be a terrible idea to make for ourselves. Another light wand for Serena that I might contemplate getting. Heavy wand for the two mages that I don't really care about that much. Silver claws is a maybe, a hard maybe. And a new spear for Jade, which is a hard yes, because I'm not sure if we can actually make these. But damn, that's expensive. This is not the time for me to fool around in the fun-sized forge, because we're near the end of an episode, but I'll mess around with that later. See, the armor shop. Oop. A shield for Serena. We've had the steel shield for a hell of a long time. There's nothing here that's a direct improvement for us. Awesome! I like to see that, actually. It means I can spend more time worrying about, other things. My first Pearly Pieces recipe book for pink pearl rings and rosaries. Yeah, so I'll mess around with buying and crafting weapons in a little bit. It would be easier to get the weapons we want if I didn't have to spend so much money, but, you know, the bunny suit. Some people think that's worth it. Yeah. I think we want to be inside the building for this. Inside the building, as it were. Oh, it's being run by kids. Intriguing. But the money is what we really are after. Let's see, is there anything else I'm particularly interested in grabbing? There is a mini medal over there. So yeah, that's about it. Everything else looks like it's just other stuff. Like crafting mats and stuff like that. Almost everything, anyway. Oh, there's actually one more thing we can grab over here. I almost missed it. Get ourselves some Aerofoil Earrings, an accessory we can probably slap on someone. Okay, now for real, the mini medal that I'm going after should be right around this way. This is a really neat looking, like, restaurant-y kind of place. Like, I'd eat here. It'd be pretty dope. As long as it was not filled with bugs or anything. But yeah, we get a mini medal from that. Awesome. Phooey. Can't really save right now. Would have been... Actually, we probably can. And I think I will. Mostly because I want to end the recording session over here, and deal with other stuff later, because I got stuff to deal with. But yeah. We'll explore a little bit more of Lonalulu, try and find Kai and his mother in just a little bit, but for now, I'm going to say that this will be the end of our little adventure here. In the next episode of Let's Play Dragon Quest XI-S, we'll find out what's going wrong with Lonalulu and deal with all of that stuff. See you guys then!